Do not launch loudly if the market has not been warmed up. That mistake can cost you more than money. It can cost you confidence, it can cost you positioning, it can cost you momentum. And for some founders, one badly timed launch becomes the reason they stop trusting themselves. This is move 8 in the August Chiman Business Strategy series, the teaser launch. And if you ignore this move, you may push an offer into the market before the market is ready to receive it. Then you will call it failure. But it may not be failure. It may be bad timing, bad sequencing, bad preparation, bad strategic execution. Same pain, different costs. Most founders launch too late publicly and too early strategically. They hide for months, build quietly, overthink everything, then suddenly appear and expect the market to care. The market does not work that way. People do not buy just because you finally decided to announce something. They buy when trust, timing, need, desire, and readiness meet. If you skip the warming phase, you force the launch to do too much work. The launch must educate, create desire, build trust, handle objections, prove value, explain urgency, drive action. That is too much pressure for one announcement. And then founders wonder why the launch feels heavy. Because they try to make the reveal do the job of the relationship. Chopatong, August is not the month to expose a weak launch too early. Monkey Month strategy rewards intelligence. Autumn Metal Energy rewards precision. And product launch strategy in this season should not begin with noise. It should begin with signals. What is the market responding to? What pain is active? What objection keeps repeating? What promise creates curiosity? What language creates private messages? What angle makes people lean in? That is what you test before the big reveal, not after. After is more expensive. Because after the launch fails, now you are not only fixing the offer, you are fixing the perception. So this is where Chimen Tunjia becomes practical for business owners. Chimen for founders is not about randomly picking a good day and hoping a bad offer becomes attractive. That is not strategy. That is decorative superstition. Chimen is about timing, direction, action, and outcome. It asks, should this be revealed now? Should this be tested first? Should this be kept private? Should this be shown to a small group? Should the message be refined? Should the offer be delayed? Should the founder move quietly before moving publicly? That is strategic execution. And in August, moving quietly first may be the smarter move. So again, a teaser launch is not hiding. It is controlled exposure. It is letting the market feel the tension before the offer appears. It is creating curiosity before the announcement. It is testing pain before building the full campaign. It is warming people before asking for commitment. It is using restraints as strategy. Most founders do the opposite. They reveal too much too soon. They explain everything. They overteach. They answer questions nobody asked. They drain the mystery. They make the offer feel ordinary before it even arrives. That is painful and very common because humans see silence and immediately panic into a caption. Nimrogwal. Here is the founder mistake. They think a launch begins when they announce. No. A launch begins when the audience starts noticing a problem differently. Before you sell the offer, sell the problem. Before you reveal the solution, sharpen the pain. Before you open the cut, open the wound. Not in a manipulative way, in an honest way. Make them realize what they have been ignoring. Make them feel the cost of delay. Make them see the consequence of staying the same. Then when the offer appears, it feels like the next obvious step. That is product launch strategy. Sabse pehle, if you skip this, your launch may fail quietly. Not because people hate you, worse, because they feel nothing. No urgency, no tension, no recognition, no reason to act now. And indifference is more dangerous than criticism. At least means they noticed. Indifference means the market moved past you without emotional friction. That is the founder nightmare nobody talks about. Not being attacked, being irrelevant. Subscribe. So before you launch anything in August, ask these questions. Have I created enough tension? Have I named the pain clearly? Have I shown the cost of delay? Have I tested the message? Have I identified the buyers who are already warm? Have I created private conversations before public announcement? Have I built anticipation? Have I made the market feel that something is coming? If the answer is no, then do not rush. You may not need a bigger launch. launch, you may need a better runway. Subscribe. In period 9 business strategy, attention moves fast, but trust still takes work. You cannot assume people will stop for your announcement just because you spent weeks preparing it. They have their own problems, their own distractions, their own cash flow issues, their own staff problems, their own inbox full of people launching things. If your launch does not enter an existing pain, it becomes noise. And the market has enough noise. Please do not donate more to the landfill. Number 1. The August teaser move is simple. Start with paid content, not announcement content. Talk about the mistake your offer solves. Talk about the cost of ignoring the problem. Talk about who is at risk. Talk about what happens if they delay. Talk about what founders misunderstand. Talk about what the market is shifting toward. Then watch the response. Who comments? Who replies? Who messages privately? Who asks questions? Who shares the post? Who suddenly becomes more attentive? That is your warm audience. That is your signal. And if you cannot create interest before the launch, do not expect the launch to magically create interest for you. Kapanan, this is why my Telegram chat matters. Because the deeper strategic signals often show up before public content is ready. In the Telegram chat, I can share sharper business timing insights, Chiman observations, period 9 business strategy, launch angles, founder warnings, and what to prepare before the market becomes noisy. If you only watch public content, you are often seeing the polished version. If you want the earlier signals, join the Telegram chat. That is where the serious founders should be paying attention. Because once a launch idea becomes obvious to everyone, the window starts closing. Kapanan, here is where regret comes in. You may regret launching too early. You may regret revealing your offer before the demand was warm. You may regret spending money on ads when the message was not ready. You may regret announcing publicly before testing privately. You may regret using the wrong angle and letting the market judge a strong offer through weak positioning. And once the market labels your launch as uninteresting, you may need far more effort to revive it. That is the cost of bad sequencing. Founders rarely calculate it, they just feel it later. Sobatin, before August ends, prepare one under the radar move. Seed the problem, test one hook, invite private interest, build a waitlist, speak to warm leads, drop hints, create curiosity. Do not over-explain. Do not reveal everything. Do not make the offer ordinary before it arrives. Let the market lean forward because the strongest launches are not loud at the beginning. They are inevitable by the time they open. Chupatin, subscribe if you want more Chimen Tunjia, August Chimen Forecast, Product Launch Strategy, Chimen for Founders, Chimen for Business Owners, Chinese Metaphysics Business Strategy, Period 9 Business Strategy, Business Timing, Founder Decision Making, and Strategic Execution. Join my Telegram chat if you want sharper business timing conversations, launch warnings, market shift signals, and Chimen strategy before everything becomes obvious to the public. And if you want to know which August move applies to your business, your timing, and your chart, book a private Chimen consultation. Because a good offer launched at the wrong time can still fail. A strong founder using the wrong sequence can still lose momentum. And a missed launch window may cost more than you are willing